Hey guys, I just played a game that fits into the breakthrough to shodan category, and I thought there were some interesting points. So let's have a look. I'm white. You know my pattern. I always start here. This is an interesting move. It's not necessarily a good move for black, uh, but it's certainly interesting. So in this exercise, and most of you know the exercise, playing handicap as if it's even, just settle your groups. For that exercise, I just settle my group. A and B are the Joseki moves. If I was playing this game to win, I'm sure I'd play something much faster. Yeah, but for this exercise, we just play the next move. If he plays here, then to settle, we play here. Done. We have a totally settled group on top. This is a good example of we're not looking at that one stone specifically, but rather we want to have a healthy presence on top. So boom, boom, and then we do. Well, if we play something like this, then we're just continually getting attacked. We don't even have a base yet, you know? Okay, so I played there. He plays questionable move. This is going to help white. On the other hand, it's also going to help black. So who's going to get the better end of the deal here? Well, it's a little hard to tell. Let's have a look. Boom. He plays this way. Okay. Tari down. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to be spending a whole move to get area one, a solid eye, and have a solid position there. Not a big at all. I mean, point wise. And he's going to be getting area two. It looks like it's better for black, but we'll be seeing more. Okay. So what do we do? Do I now capture the cutting stone? No. Again, the category here, breakthrough to shodan. If you're a dan player, you're looking around a little more and you go, well, if I do that, he gets another move in sente. This is a very beneficial move to him. So if I press, threatening to kill something, and it responds, then I capture. So I'm getting more with my A, and he's getting less with his B. So that exchange is important. Okay, he comes up, Gote. Okay, you know my pattern. We started at A, now we go down to B. This is a good example of why I like this pattern. At this point, if I don't follow my pattern, I'm going to be thinking, I'm going to put in a lot of effort. Should I be playing around A? Is now the perfect time to get into B as quick as I can because he's building a lot of points there. Should I ignore all those and play play? How about C, fourth line, getting ready to catch a big center because I'm already there? You could think all day about these things, but if I just say no need, I have a pattern, then it just and this to me it's like we're seeing that this move is worth a whole move. If that makes any sense, it makes sense to me. Okay, so that's my pattern. And of course, the last part of my pattern is to hit some 3-3. So B and settle, go to C and settle. When we're all done, go to some 3-3 like A. Okay. He comes under. What in the world is that for? Well, without that move, there is a lot of interesting aji, and it's not a small thing. It can be very useful. So it's something, but, and he is saying that my group only has one eye. I think that's an awfully early thing to say. This isn't big enough. So I take that opportunity, go after the stone. He does it again. Okay, I'm certainly ready to say that his AB is a pretty significant loss. He's very solid. And in the future, I clearly only have one eye. I won't be able to attack anything because he can connect under. But still, it's just too slow. So I surround. He lives. Now, I've got a lot of cuts here. But my claim is, yeah, I'm cut, but I'll be fine on both sides. He does cut. Save my cut here, because that's the cut that's going to be real painful, right? If he cuts me there, I think something's just probably going to die. So save. Comes up. Come on out. I think I can kill the corner, but I got to live first. Here, I'm so ready to be coming out. I'm about to click, and I go, this is just a problem here. The problem is I have a weak A right next to a weak B. And we could spend some time reading it out. But on the surface, yes, I understand that's Atari, but when he comes down, I don't know. I'm seeing myself as weak here. I know he might not be able to do anything right now, but I think I have a weak position. And if I want to be ready to attack his corner and try to kill his corner, I need a strong position. So I play here. That tidies everything up really well. And again, might not be necessary to play, I'll use the word submissively here, but without this, my position is in question. He lives. I'm not alive yet. Come on out. And I was prepared to cut. I was rather excited about it. Hey, man, this is where the game's going to start turning for me. Then I realize I'm not even alive yet, necessarily. So I went for life. And again, there might be a variation there where, oh, no, you don't need to do that. You can live otherwise. True, but it's based on a weak position that barely works. Yeah, it works, but then you're open to all the cold threats or so. I don't know. I wanted a strong position, so I was patient and secured. Okay, let's do something else now. Let's go back to here. We can say that my A group and my B group both want help. My B group more so. So it's correct that I defend this first. We're kind of questioning how much help does my bottom group need? So understandable to think, I still need help here. Whether it's true or not, let's set that aside. Say, okay, he's defending his left side. And now I should think about defending the bottom area. Didn't cross my mind. I assumed I was fine. It didn't think about it. As a matter of fact, I think he's weak. At least that's my attitude here. So I peeped and peeped, but okay, later on, I'll be able to attack that group real well. So I finished my pattern and went to a 3-3. Now, my A group is not up to this. We're not saying I'm going to die. We're saying that if black starts the attack now, just starts attacking, I'm going to have to run, right? I'm going to be dying here. How do I run? It's all difficult. Black's going to be getting a bunch of free moves. So I should be defending my A group. I don't see that his A group has any eyes at all. And I have 2 white stones that I can work with. So I would play here. Defends my group, uses my other 2 stones, and now he has a heavy group. That's, in my mind, what I should do. But I follow my pattern. He seemed to know a lot of Joseki and had real ideas what to do, and I felt that made him dangerous. Then on to the next corner. He did it again. And then I came back. And right around then, I'm thinking, I should have done this earlier. I'm glad I got back to it. He's questioning his life. Thank goodness his groups are so solid, but I get a free move. I come in. Where to? This seemed to be the most obvious move. For anyone who's not particularly aware, when someone has a wall and you've got a stone right next to it, and you want to work in that area, that's the pattern. Allows you to use the stone. Anyway, that's the move, and that fits here. If I can find that spot again. Oh, here. Because it's kind of like there's the 4-stone black wall. I have my A stone plaster up against it. So B is the pattern when it comes to that. And I think it does come to that because black indeed has no eyes. So I have every right to think about hurting the black group. So B fits in that regard. It also fits as a natural move approaching C. And it also fits in that it gives me a shape to start jumping with the dog face. So as natural as it is, it's got a lot to it. I don't like his move, but this kills the eye, helps me get out, gives me a connection. Okay. And then out. Here, I assumed I was going to play away, perhaps to the bottom. But I thought about it, and I go, well, this does put him in a position of having a hard time. So we'll just probe, see how, let's let him find his life. I don't mind him living, but let's make it a little difficult for him. there's some things to think about here. We could just, the white stone can't get out now. I'm like, yeah, that black position just seems too good to me. But, well, what if I just escape? Now I'm thinking of this black position. And it's like, it's just one eye and he's surrounded. So that's the one I liked. So I came out. He did Atari. He did play here. I get the nice little move. And then I didn't look at the position. So I didn't see that his turn is absolute sente. Next move, double Atari. This strongly suggests that I should be coming out. Remove that powerful move from him. I think that's what else? Is there a problem now? I don't think you can kill anything. So I think that's probably what I would do if I had seen it. I didn't see it, so I came out. This gives me the ability to capture his cutting stone. That's why I went there. It surrounds him, and now I can capture the cutting stone. Ah, now I see that. And I was ready to play here to continue the chase. And I go, oh, I can't do that. Okay. Next, so now pretty much the chase is over. He's out with good shape. So, and it's all because of that A stone in Sente is so powerful. He's now out and I can't hurt him. And I have to come back and capture the cutting stone. So that was a real plus for him. Hopefully you can see, this is all about breaking through to the shodan way of thinking. That white A is the one that removes his power play, and his entire black group is still behind enemy lines. This is kind of a plus, like, oh, if I have time, but I don't have time. Okay. So I save, he connects, I capture the cutting stone. There's a little principle here that's useful. I can simply capture the cutting stone. But for instance, he can now play here in Sente, which gives him his second eye, pretty much. The rule is push him into your thickness. And this is my thickness. So the correct pattern is to push him into the thickness and then capture, which in this case, there's still things to consider, but assuming that worked, that's the pattern. And I think it works anyway because I have all those white stones there. So that's a little, hopefully you followed. Comes down. I'd rather not contact this stone. That's going to give him, some free thickness there. So I come under. Now I have two eyes. And he can play here. I guess I connect. He plays here. I connect. Atari. It's a false eye. I don't like that. But I need to get out. I could just live. Really? I still have to come down too. Yuck. That is so submissive. So I'm getting out here. Okay. Black. I cut. He plays another move. I don't know what he's thinking there. I can only imagine he's thinking, well, if white stops me from getting home and then comes in, well, yeah, if white gets two moves in a row, but white can't. So I don't know what he's thinking here. He connects under. So he kept giving me these free moves. That was Gotta say that helped a lot for my victory. Then I play here. Once I'm here, now I have life. Without this move, gosh, I'm not even alive yet. And now with this move, I can start stretching out and get back to my attack, a whole bunch of things. So this is a move. I like this sort of move. I play this. Really thickens me up, gives me a good future. I can now start moving around and doing things. He gets out. So now, what do I do? Let's check it out. His A group has one eye, and at the moment, there's no thought of removing a second eye. He's out. All his groups are fine, other than on the right. So the right is the only thing I have to work with. So we see that this fits the situation. I'm surrounding you. It also treats the A group and its sister B group, brother B group, as strong and flexible, which they are. And in the back of my mind, I'm still seeing a C group that doesn't have two eyes yet, but that's still a fantasy. Okay. Let's look at some other possibilities. I'll start coming out here and growing a little area. Really? That's nothing. I'm like, what, 2 points in Gote? What else? Oh, I can come into the corner. Yeah, and it's nothing. It's in game. So this is the only move I can even think of. He comes down. Okay, get a couple little Sente moves in. And then I am now seeing kind of a heavy A group, which is not necessarily connected to a kind of heavy B group. Can you see that? As a Dawn player, you should be able to see that. So let's come through. Sorry. Get rid of that. I think now's a good time to make sure he doesn't have an eye there. And come out. He has two weak groups. If he had spent A, B, or C more productively, I would not. There would be no weak groups for me to chase. So that it's just his game. So in handicap, if you just keep your group safe and get A, B, and C, so they're actually doing something. They're either defending something or attacking or taking points, something. But A, B, and C here are all doing nothing. I guess at this point, since it's surrounded, A is doing something. Okay. He chases, 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 defend, out. Okay. We see the weak A group, and we see area 1 growing and growing. In a high handicap game, how can you possibly hope to win, especially with this treating it like it's an even up game? Well, here we are. We're chasing his A group, which allows us to grow and kill area 1. And again, if he had just put A, B, or C more productively, there's no hope of this. So this shows us a lot about how to play black in handicap games. Don't waste moves. Don't pass. C and D are just passes. Comes out. Yeah. Comes out. This is me trying to remove that eye. And we see this is also surrounding black. Okay. Don't let him in. Start the Aji for the bottom. Right. White A threatens to kill the corner. Oh, thank you. Very happy to connect. More than happy. What's more than happy? Elated? I'm so glad to not have cutting points there. What did he get out of that? I can't cut him. He gets, it's not even a point yet. Maybe it's a point. Not yet, it isn't. So pretty good for white. And there's an example of what not to do when you're playing handicap games. I mean, this is a pass. It doesn't accomplish anything for black. Sure accomplishes something for white. So great examples. He plays here. For what purpose? The most he can do is he can now kill. Well, true. 5 points in Gote? Not very important. I looked around. I didn't see anything bigger than that, so I went ahead and saved. I mean, it's something. I didn't see anything particularly bigger. And then he captures, what's that, 3-4 points, just too slow. These are great examples of how not to play. He had me from start to finish in this game. Well, not to finish. And it's all because he's throwing moves away. He's passing many times. Okay, so where to? Well, if you remember, he has a heavy A group. And I've got Aji around B. So this threatens to kill the corner. And I'm thinking it looks pretty good for splitting these two groups. I didn't know, but it looked pretty juicy. Then kill. His corner's dead. So now I can possibly pass and still the corner's dead. But, so A's dead. What about his whole B group? Well, actually, it's just one eye. Here's where I got greedy. I want to kill the whole B group. I don't need to. Just kill A, the game's over. But I got greedy. Now, the corner's still dead. If he doesn't respond, he does not have one eye on that whole group. Sure. This is not a problem. Okay. So what I should do, but I didn't do it, just go and kill the corner. And I should have done it earlier. I shouldn't be greedy and try to kill his whole group. But I thought, well, I'll take an eye. So I should have an eye, and he has an eye. So Seki, well, the problem is his corners have special properties. Corners have extra liberties. Corners have extra everything. So he turns, and now I die. So I go about my business. So I didn't get the corner. I still win the game, but I didn't get the corner. That's pretty big. I mean, so how big is the corner? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 25 points. That's big. It's really big. So I was way ahead. But since not, we just play end game. Nothing special, just end game. And I win by like 8 points. And even something like this, he could have saved. And then I win by less than 8 points. But he kept giving me little points here and there. So I thought there's some good things to see. I hope it was helpful to you in your game as black and as white. Okay, guys, catch you later.